Good evening and welcome to Sun Middle Temple. We're so happy you've joined us. My name is Alba and I use she, her pronouns. This is our third October observance, and as always, I'm so happy you are here. This service will be recorded and posted on our YouTube channel. So please remember our demonic dinner collaboration event. I'm super excited to see what you all cook up. Pictures for that are due on the 28th. 2 days, guys, please. And alongside images for our regular holiday video, and vote for the movie night, which is also on the 28th. I hope you all have a truly horrifying Halloween. We'll open today with our opening words, which will appear on the slide behind you. Please read along at home, or listen as I read the words aloud. We welcome you into the light of the gods and light this flame in celebration. May its brightness symbolize our connection to the gods and the natural world. May you join us in this community of faith, cherishing love and with open hearts. So if you remember, our theme this month is fate, and we are doing Oedipus, King of Thieves by Sophocles, translated by Gilbert Murray. So this is our third and final part, so I will jump right in. If you know sort of where we left off, they had all just figured out the main plot points, which I don't want to spoil. So definitely go back and watch the previous videos if you are curious as to what happens. A messenger rushes out from the palace. Messenger. O ye above this land in honor old, exalted, what a tale shall ye be told, what sights shall see and tears of horror shed, if still your hearts be true to them that led your sires. There runs no river well I ween, no Phasis nor great Ister shall wash clean this house of all within that hiddeth, nay, nor all that creepeth forth to front the day of purposed horror, and in misery that woundeth most, which men have willed to be. Leader. No lack there was in what we knew before of food for heaviness. What bringest thou more, messenger? One thing I bring thee first, 'tis quickly said, Jocasta, our anointed queen, is dead. Leader. Unhappy woman, how came death to her? Messenger. By her own hand. Oh, of what passed in there ye have been spared the worst, ye cannot see. Howbeit, with that which still is left in me of mind and memory, ye shall hear her fate. Like one entranced with passion, through the gate she passed, the white hands flashing o'er her head, like blades that tear, and fled, unswerving fled, toward her old bridal room, and disappeared, and the doors crash behind her. But we heard her voice within, crying to him of old, her Laius, long dead, and things untold of the old kiss unforgotten, that should bring the lover's death and leave the loved a thing of horror. Yea, a field beneath the plough for sire and son. Then wailing, bitter low, across that bed of births unreconciled, husband from husband born, and child from child. And after that I know not how her death found her, for sudden with a roar of wrath burst Oedipus upon us. Then I ween we marked no more what passion held the queen, but him, as in the fury of his stride, a sword, and show me here, he cried, that wife, no wife, that field of blood-stained earth, where husband, father, sin on sin, had birth, polluted generations. While he thus raged on, some god, for sure 'twas none of us, showed him where she was, and with a shout away, as though some hand had pointed to pray, he dashed him on the chamber door, the straight bent door bar of oak, it bent beneath his weight, shook from its sockets free, and he burst into the dark chamber. There we saw her first hanged, swinging from a noose like a dead bird. He fell back when he saw her. Then we heard a miserable groan, and straight he found and loosed the strangling knot, and on the ground laid her. Ah, then the sight of horror came. The pin of gold, broad beaten like a flame, he tore from off her breast, and left and right, down on the shuddering orbs of his sight dashed it. Out, out! Ye never more shall see me, nor the anguish, nor the sins of me. Ye looked on lives whose like earth never bore. Ye knew not those my spirit thirsted for. Therefore be dark forever. Like a song his voice rose, and again the strong and stabbing hand fell, and massacred, and bleeding eyeballs streamed upon his beard. Wild rain and gouts of hail amid the rain. Behold affliction, yea, afflictions twain from man and woman broken, now made in one downfall. All the riches yester sun saw in this house were rich in verity. What call ye now our riches? Agony, delusion, death, shame. All that eye or ear hath ever dreamed of misery is here. Leader, how fares he? Doth the storm abate? Messenger, he shouts for one to open the wide gate and lead him forth, and to all Thebes display his father's murderer, his mother's. Nay, such words I will not speak, and his intent is set, to cast himself in banishment out to the wild, not walk amid human breed, bearing the curse he bears, yet sore his need of strength, and of some guiding hand, for sure he hath more burden now than man may endure. But see, the gates fall back, and that appears which he who loathes shall pity, yea, with tears. Oedipus is led in, blinded and bleeding. The old men bow down and hide their faces. Some of them weep. Chorus. O terrible, O sight of all this life hath crossed, most terrible, thou man more wrong than tongue can tell, what madness took thee? Do there crawl live things from evil, from the deep, to leap on a man? Oh, what a leap was his that flung thee to thy fall! Leader. O fallen, fallen in ghastly case, I dare not rise mine eyes to thee. Fain would I look and ask and see, but shudder sicken from thy face. Oedipus. O pain, pain and woe! Whither, whither? They lead me and I go, and my voice drifts on air far away. Where, thing of evil, where endeth thy leaping hither? Leader. In fearful ends which none may hear nor say. Oedipus. Clouds of the dark, mine own for ever, horrible, stealing, stealing, silent, unconquerable, cloud that no wind, no summer can dispel. Again, again I groan, as though my heart together crawl the strong stabs of this pain and memories of old wrong. Leader. Yea, twofold hosts of torment hast thou there, the stain to think on and the pain to bear. Oedipus. O friend, thou mine own, still faithful, minister steadfast, abiding alone of them that were, dost bear with me and give the blind man care? Ah me, not all unknown nor hid thou art. Deep in this dark a call comes, and I know thy voice in spite of all. Leader. O fearful sufferer, and couldst thou kill thy living orbs, what god made blind thy will? Oedipus. 'Tis Apollo, all is Apollo. O ye that love me, 'tis he long time hath planned these things upon me evilly, evilly, dark things and full of blood. I knew not, I did but follow his way, but mine the hand, and mine the anguish. What were mine eyes to me when naught to be seen was good? Leader. 'Tis even so, and truth doth speak in thee. Oedipus. To see, to endure, to hear words kindly spoken, should I have joy in such? Out, if ye love your breath, cast me swift unto solitude, unbroken by word or touch. Am I not charged with death, most charged and filled to the brim with curses? And what man saith, God hath so hated him? Leader. Thy bitter will, thy hard calamity, would I had never known nor looked on thee. Oedipus. My curse upon him, that man whom pity held in the wilderness, who saved the feet alive from the blood fetter and loosed the barb thereof. That babe, what grace was done him, had he died shelterless? He had not laid on himself and this grief to bear, and all who gave him love. Leader. I too, O friend, I had been happier. Oedipus. Found not the way to his father's blood, nor shaken the world's scorn on his mother, the child and the groom withal. But now, of murderers born, of God forsaken, mine own son's brother, all this And if aught can fall upon man more perilous and elder in sin, lo, all is the portion of Oedipus. Leader, how shall I hold this counsel of thy mind true? Thou wert better dead than living blind. Oedipus, that this deed is not well and wisely wrought, thou shalt not show me, therefore school me not. Think, with what eyes hereafter in the place of shadows could I see my father's face, or my poor mother's, both of whom this hand hath wronged too deep for man to understand, or children, born as mine were born, to see their shape should bring me joy? Great God! To me there is no joy in city nor in tower, nor temple, for all whom in this mine hour, I that was chief in Thebes alone, and ate the king's bread, I have made me separate for ever. Mine own lips have bid the land cast from it one so evil, one whose hand to sin was dedicate, whom God hath shown birth branded, and my blood the dead king's own. All this myself have proved. And can I then look with straight eyes into the eyes of man? I trow not. Nay, if any stop there were, to dam this fount that welleth in mine ear for hearing, I had never blenched nor stayed till this vile shell were all one dungeon made, dark without sound. 'Tis thus the mind would fain find peace, self-prisoned from a world of pain. O wild Cytheron, why was it thy will to save me? Why not take me quick and kill? Kill before ever I could make men know the thing I am, the thing from which I grow. Thou dead king, Polybus, thou city wall of Corinth, thou old castle I did call my father's, what a life did ye begin, what splendor rotted by the worm within when ye bred me? O crossing of the roads, O secret glen and dusk of crowding woods, O narrow path creeping to the brink, where meet thee, I gave you blood to drink. Do ye remember? 'Twas my life-blood, hot, from mine own father's heart. Have ye forgot what deed I did among you, and what new and dire deed I fled from you to do? O flesh, horror of flesh! But what is shame to do should not be spoken. In God's name, take me somewhere far off and cover me from sight, or slay or cast me to the sea, where never eye may see me any more. What, do ye fear to touch a man so sore stricken? Nay, tremble not, my misery is mine, and shall be borne by none but me. Leader, lo, yonder comes for answer to thy prayer Creon, to do and to decree. The care of all our land is his, now thou art weak. Oedipus, alas, what word to Creon can I speak? How make him trust me more? He hath seen of late so vile a heart in me, so full of hate. Enter Creon. Creon, not to make laughter, Oedipus, nor cast against thee any evil of the past. I seek thee, but I, God, ye ministers, have ye no hearts? Or if for man there stirs no pity in you, fear at least to call slain on our Lord the Sun, who feedeth all, nor show in nakedness a horror such as this, which never Mother Earth may touch, nor God's clean rain nor sunlight. Quick within, guide him. The ills that in a house have been, they of the house alone should know or hear. Oedipus, in God's name, since thou hast undone the fear within me coming thus, all noblest, to one so vile, grant me one only grace, for thy sake more I crave it than my own. Creon, let me first hear what grace thou wouldest be shown. Oedipus, cast me from Thebes, now, quick, where none may see my visage more, nor mingle words with me. Creon, that had I done for sure, save that I still tremble, and fain would ask Apollo's will. Oedipus, his will was clear enough to stamp the unclean thing out, the bloody hand, the heart of sin. Creon, 'twas thus he seemed to speak, but in this sore strait we must needs learn surer than before. Oedipus, thou needs must trouble God for one so low. Creon, surely thyself will trust his answer now? Oedipus, I charge thee more, and if thou fail, my sin shall cleave to thee. For her who lies within, make as thou wilt her burial. 'Tis thy task to tend thine own, but me let no man ask this ancient city of my sires to give harbour and life to me. Set me to live on the wild hills, and leave my name to those deeps of Kithaeron which my father chose, and mother, for vast and living tomb, as they, my murderers, willed it, let my doom find me. For this is my very heart doth know, no sickness now, nor any mortal blow, shall slay this body. Never had my breath been thus kept burning in the mists of death, save for some frightful end. So let my way go where it listeth. But my children, nay, Creon, my sons will ask thee for no care. Men they are, and can find them everywhere what life needs. But my two poor desolate maidens, there was no table ever set apart for them, but what so royal fare I tasted. They were with me, and had share in all. Creon, I pray, forget them not. And if it may be, go, bid them be brought, that I may touch their faces, and so weep. During this part, Creon has left and returned with the two princesses. Oedipus thinks he is there the whole time. Go, prince, go, noble heart. If I might touch them, I should seem to keep, and not to have lost them, now mine eyes are gone. What say I? In God's name, can it be I hear mine own beloved one sobbing? Creon of his grace hath brought my dearest to this place. Is it true? Creon, 'tis true, I brought them, for in them I know thy joy is, the same now as long ago. Oedipus, God bless thee, and in this hard journey give some better guide than mine to help thee live. Children, where are ye? Hither, come to these arms of your brother, whose wild offices have brought much darkness on the once bright eyes of him who grew your garden, who, nowise seeing nor understanding, dig the ground the world shall shudder at. Children, my wound is yours too, and I cannot meet your gaze now, as I think me what remaining days of bitter living the world hath for you. What dance of damsels shall ye gather to? What feast of Thebes? But quick ye shall turn home, all tears, or ere the feast or dancers come. And children, when ye reach the years of love, who shall dare wed you, whose heart rise above the peril, to take on him all the shame that cleaves to my name, and my children's name? God knows it is enough. My flowers, ye needs must die, waste things, bereft and fruitless. Creon, thou alone art left their father now, since both of us are gone who cared for them. Oh, leave them not alone to wander masterless, these thine own kin, and beggared. Neither let of them such sin as ye all know in me, but let their fate touch thee. So young they are, so desolate, of all save thee. True man, give me thine hand and promise. Oedipus and Creon clasp hands. If your age could understand, children, full of many counsels I could give, but now I leave this one word. Pray to live as life may suffer you, and find a road to travel easier than your father trod. Creon, enough, thy heart hath poured its tears, now back into thine house repair. Oedipus, I dread the house, yet go I must. Creon, fair season maketh all things fair. Oedipus, one oath then give me, and I go. Creon, name it, and I will answer thee. Oedipus, to cast me from this land. Creon, a gift not mine, but God's thou asketh me. Oedipus, I am a thing of God abhorred. Creon, the more then will he grant thy prayer. Oedipus, thou givest thine oath? Creon, I see no light, and seeing not, I may not swear. Oedipus, then take me hence, I care not. Creon, go in peace, and give these children o'er. Oedipus, ah, no, take not away my daughters. They are taken from him. Creon, seek not to be master more. Did not thy masteries of old forsake thee when the end was near? Chorus. Ye citizens of Thebes, behold, 'tis Oedipus that passeth here, who read the riddle word of death, and mightiest stood of mortal men. And fortune loved him, and the folk that saw him turned and looked again. Lo, he is fallen, and around great storms and the outreaching sea. Therefore, O man, beware, and look toward the end of things that be. the last of sights, the last of days, and no man's life account as gain, ere the full tale be finished, and the darkness find him without pain. Oedipus is led into the house, and the doors close upon him. So that is the end of Oedipus by Sophocles. So I will now do our discussion portion. So these sorts of myths lead us into quite a bit of speculation about the beliefs of the ancients and how these stories are applicable now. To begin with, this story raises questions about the reality of free will and determinism. In the story, Oedipus lacks free will because he is destined to kill his father and marry his mother. His choices are predetermined. The philosophical belief of determinism is simply explained that every occurrence is necessary based on events and conditions that happened before and the operating laws of the universe. There are varying types of determinism, but strict determinism, as seen in Oedipus the King, is where there is one certain future and there is no escape from the predicted path. In this form of belief, the lack of free will often leads to the interpretation of a lack of accountability. How can Oedipus be blamed for something that he fought hard to avoid and did completely unintentionally? He clearly blames himself for his actions, but can he truly be held responsible? Beliefs in things like the fates and other deciding actions can also lead to similar problems in the modern world. There are, of course, opposing theories such as absurdism, which posits the universe is chaos, and it's humans' duty to provide order to the universe, and each of these have their own ethical implications. All of these influence our modern belief in the gods and how we make decisions about the systems in society and what aspects of myth we choose to use in our modern rituals. So we'll now move into the ritual portion of the observance, and I will play the video. We leave this offering for our gods to symbolize our connection and devotion. We gift this rock to symbolize the stability of the gods in our world. We gift this water to accept the flow of our lives. We welcome life and bless our offerings with oil to share our riches. We embrace our connection to each other and the world and celebrate our revival. We will now move into the closing words. As usual, you can listen as I read the words aloud or read along at home. As we move out into the world, let us remember our community of faith. Cherish love and open your heart as you walk through life. Hold dear the light of the gods and our connection with the natural world. Go forth in celebration and carry the light of connection within your heart. I wish you all a absolutely wonderful, happy Halloween season and hope that everyone can have a wonderful, wonderful time.